does that? Why are you beating your meat on airplanes surrounded by children? What are you doing, my dude? Traveling is lots of fun. You get to go to new places and see new things. However, the process of getting to where you need to go sucks. Plane rides are up there in my least favorite things to do. I mean, come on, like, just look at a plane. It's a giant metal tube with wings that weighs 346 tons and somehow manages to get off the ground. That shit can't not be terrifying. But I love traveling. I've been to lots of places, some far, some close. Airports are just scary. I flew on my own for the first time ever back in August, and I damn near had a heart attack. Thankfully for me, I'm a pretty experienced flyer, since, not to humble brag, I've been to lots of states and gone to Ireland and England, so I know how to handle a busy airport. But it's still pretty scary, and I can imagine it being even more terrifying for someone who isn't experienced as I am. I pretty much have my local airport memorized. I know exactly where to go, what trains to take to get to my gates, but what's scary is going to a whole new airport and trying to follow the directions to where the hell you actually need to go. One of the hardest airports to try to figure out is JFK in New York City. Since it's one of the largest international airports in the country, millions of people go through that airport every day, so it's really big and really easy to get lost in. I actually almost got lost a few times. I was amazed I managed to find my way to the baggage claim. The thing about that is, there are multiple baggage claim areas for the different carriers, at least as far as I remember. Usually they are all in one place, just numbered, so you can go down the numbers to find where the hell your bags are. And another thing about baggage claim, like, they order baggage claim by flight number. That's all good and fine, right? But who the fuck remembers what their flight number is? At that point, you've either lost your boarding pass or thrown it away. They sometimes will tell you where your bags are to be found when you're on board the plane, but usually I'm listening to music with the volume all the way up so I don't hear it. Back to the whole fear of flying alone thing. Flying with someone is easy peasy. Except you have to keep an eye on them the whole time, especially if they're idiots who have a tendency to wander off just cuz. I tend to get more stressed out when I'm flying with someone because they won't do exactly what I want or need them to do, and 9 times out of 10, I'm the one with the flying and airport experience. They don't fucking listen to me, so it's stressful trying to keep track of all your shit and their shit too. Once I got over the original fear of flying by myself, I actually preferred to flying with someone. Now, having someone to meet at the airport is real nice and almost a necessity. If you're going somewhere, you have to arrange a pickup before you even leave for the airport. You can't just land somewhere and text your buddy like, "Hey man, I'm at the airport, come get me." That doesn't fly. Get it? Fly? Hands down, one of the worst things is fucking TSA. Now, I understand it's important because I paid $400 for a ticket and I'm not trying to get shot and die. TSA is pretty stressful though. It involves a lot of quick-moving people and security guards yelling at you to remove your laptop faster. Bitch, I'm trying! It's hard to get this chunky laptop out of this tiny bag, okay? Not to mention their random searches. I got searched twice. Once was a random pat down, and another time we were coming back through customs on the way back from Ireland when I was like 7. I was jet-lagged beyond fuck, tired and incredibly hungry. My mother thought it would be a good idea to take some of the airplane food off the plane with us. Unfortunately, one of those sniffer dogs came around and inhaled our bag, so we had to go through an extra search. They ended up throwing the food away. What a waste. Now the lines at TSA, just goddamn. I understand there's like 10 total staff and they keep having to yell the same instructions because some idiots just can't turn on their damn ears, but yikes. I recently got back from a trip to visit my boyfriend, and on the way there I got trapped in the longest line I've ever seen at TSA, ever. It was so far that it wrapped all the way around to the second TSA checkpoint, which was closed. Keep in mind these two checkpoints are very far apart because they were going to separate parts of the airport. The line that I was in was the TSA checkpoint that went to all the gates, and goddamn, I was standing in that line sweating my ass off because it was 80 degrees outside and for some reason they didn't know what turning on AC was. This couple was standing behind me and they were complaining very loudly about the line and how the workers weren't doing their best. I overheard them jabbering about TSA pre-check, asking each other what it was and whatnot. After about 20 minutes of standing in the line, a woman came up to check their boarding passes and she said, "You guys have TSA pre-check, you don't even need to be waiting in this line." They both gave each other the "oh fuck" look. I guess why it was so busy is because it was the day after Mother's Day. But who travels after a holiday besides me? It's stupid, and everyone knows that's when the most people are hauling ass out of their trips to get home away from their mothers. Truth be told, when we booked the flights I wasn't thinking like that, so it's kinda on me, but whatever. Don't travel directly after or before holidays, y'all. That's the fattest mistake a lot of people seem to make. I know people have work and responsibilities, But you're saving very little time by leaving the day before Christmas because your ass is going to be waiting in 2-hour lines at the airport, and more than likely your flight will be on the tarmac for like an hour waiting for other flights to take off or be delayed by weather. It's just a bad choice. If you're traveling somewhere for a holiday, you should book at least 3 days before the holiday and leave 2 days after to avoid the headache of everyone's last-minute ass traveling to get home. We haven't even gotten to the best part yet. The flight seats. Now, my paranoid ass always sits near the back. 1, because I have a nervous bladder, and 2, because I watched about 50 plane crash videos before my last trip and found out people that sit in the back of the aircraft have a higher chance of surviving a plane crash. So fuck it, you know, I'd rather wait 10 minutes for some old woman to get off the plane when we land than die in fiery hell. That's why I'll never book first class. I mean, one of the reasons. Honestly, is it worth an extra $300 to get more legroom in a slightly more comfortable chair? Maybe if you're flying somewhere that's going to take a long-ass time, like to Australia or something, but not a 4-hour flight to Missouri. Come on. Airplane seats usually never bother me, but my flight back from my boyfriend's place was the most uncomfortable I've been in a while. Lots and lots of back pain, and no one was even sitting next to me. I was just really uncomfortable. One time I was flying to Ireland with my family, and I was about, 12 maybe? I don't remember, but basically I was sitting watching animated movies about dogs minding my business with my mother and sister sitting next to me. And this dude on the row across from us was, well, he had a blanket over him and I wasn't looking, so I was told all this information later, and he was bumping the worm. Stroking the salami, if you will. My mother gave him a death glare and he knocked it off, but like, who does that? Why are you beating your meat on airplanes surrounded by children? What are you doing, my dude? God, I have so much to say about airports, honestly. I don't hate traveling, don't get me wrong. It's fun, but the process of getting there is just, ugh. Thanks for watching. I've also produced some new merch. You guys should check it out. Link in the description. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, like this video, leave a comment, you know, all that jazz. See you in the next one.